Welcome to Castrol Active Champions, and our champion today has over the years demonstrated the great power of hanging in there. He's had some wonderful highs, he's had his plateaus, but every time you think maybe we won't see the best of Shikhar Dhawan again, he comes storming back. It's been that way since he started, isn't it? He was from the batch of 2004 that played the Under-19 World Cup. It was quite a batch. You had Dinesh Karthik, you had Suresh Raina, you had Ambati Rayudu, you had R.P. Singh. Almost all of those played for India in the next 3 years. I know Rayudu had a different story, but 4 of those had played for India by 2007. Shikhar Dhawan, who scored as many runs as anybody else, had a fantastic Under-19 World Cup, was still waiting. This time came in 2010, it wasn't much of a debut. So it wasn't until 2013, full 9 years after he had played that Under-19 World Cup, that fate suddenly conspired to throw Shikhar Dhawan back into the Indian team. It came in Mohali, it came against Australia. It was one of those series that could have gone either way, and he just stroked his way to a century. Like that is what he was born to do. He made 100 of 85 balls. He went on to make 187. It was one of the fastest centuries of its time. And everyone said, hang on, where was this Shikhar Dhawan all along? And the truth was, he was there all along. It was a wonderful year for him. In 2013, he then went to the Champions Trophy, struck up that partnership with Rohit Sharma, and he made more runs than anybody else. He then went to the World Cup of 2015. He made 412 runs there. Then again by the Champions Trophy of 2017, you're saying, is Shikhar Dhawan there? Is Shikhar Dhawan not there? He goes back, he makes 338 runs. These multi-nation tournaments, especially the ICC tournaments, brought out the best of Shikhar Dhawan. And one of the reasons India played so well in that period in the ICC tournaments was because Shikhar Dhawan was providing those starts at the top of the order. You could say, in those ICC tournaments, he was protecting that Indian top order, much like Castrol Active's Actibonds protect your bike engine whether running or off. There's one episode in particular that just highlights what Shikhar Dhawan's life has been like, especially in the red ball game where it's been in and out and in and out. He's played some wonderful innings, wasn't in the squad to go to Sri Lanka in 2017. He might have been in Hong Kong or somewhere when the call went out. Shikhar Dhawan, come and play for India, we've got some injuries. I was there at the game and it looked like he was bashing a ball that little children were throwing at him. He made 190, just about 160 balls or thereabouts. It wasn't yet tea when he was out. I thought he might see 300 in a day, a Barry Richards kind of innings. But that is what Shikhar Dhawan does when he is in full flow. He just seems to find a shot of every ball. It's as if the ball that's coming to him is ordained to be delivered somewhere towards the boundary. That's what he does when he is in form, and that's what you see in the course of some fantastic partnerships that he's had. None better than with Rohit Sharma. 2013 was the coming together of this partnership, individually and jointly. Rohit Sharma from one end, Shikhar Dhawan from one end, their careers at a crossroads, and then they came together and they've opened for India 103 times. They made upwards of 4,500 runs, 15 century partnerships. Most of the time, it's Shikhar Dhawan who's teeing off, giving Rohit Sharma the time, but that's how it is in all partnerships, isn't it? One looks after the other. You could see in his prime that Shikhar Dhawan, as I said, could play all kinds of shots. How do you know that Shikhar Dhawan is playing well? Because he plays the cut shot really well. He's got a lovely pickup shot. He hits a lot of sixes with the pickup shot. He plays the pull shot well. But when he drives off the front foot, then Shikhar Dhawan, is in form. And we saw that even in T20 cricket all through 2018. There were a few question marks. Is he too slow for T20 at a certain level? And he made upwards of 600 runs. He made more runs than anybody else in T20 cricket in 2018. It was around that time that he made the move then from the Sunrisers to the Delhi Capitals, as they are now called. And the Delhi Capitals wanted him so badly, they traded him for 3 other players, including Vijay Shankar. And everyone thought, and I did too, that the Sunrisers have got themselves a fantastic deal. What did we see? 512 runs at a strike rate of 135 for the Delhi Capitals. They cast aside all the cobwebs of the past and made it to the playoffs. And a big reason for the playoffs was Shikhar Dhawan providing that support, providing that protection at the top in a team where he was surrounded by a lot of young talent. Shikhar Dhawan and the Delhi Capitals were meant to be. He protected that top order for the Delhi Capitals, much like Castrol Active's Actibonds protect your bike engine whether running or off. It's difficult not to like Shikhar Dhawan. You can see he's always got a rapport with the crowd, and that's because there is a childlike enthusiasm that comes through. He might twirl his moustache, he might be named after one of the most fearsome characters in the history of Indian cinema, he might be called Gabbar, but when he slaps his wrists, when he looks at the crowd, it's not mocking anybody, it's actually a lot of fun. He's a very likable person, Shikhar Dhawan. You talk to him, he's very disarming in the way he comes to you, and when you talk to him, you say, I wish he plays on for much longer. I wish Shikhar Dhawan many more years, whether it's a red ball game where he can make a comeback maybe, whether it's a white ball game, because when he plays cricket well, it's good fun to watch. We're happy to feature him in Castrol Active Champions.